Well, good morning, people. Welcome back to the grumpy old git in the corner. As you can see, I'm still on the laptop. My tech woes continue. The actual recording, transfer and that, so the rest of the computer's working fine. I don't know whether it's graphics or whatever else, there's settings or something. But anyway, let's press on with today, and fingers crossed it all works for the live tomorrow, hopefully. Or I'll do it on a laptop, it's not an issue. But yesterday, Roland's statement. Well, has he done a U-turn like everybody said? I say no. All he's done is extended the period of time which they're going to bring all this in. He still hasn't given enough time for it all. We know it won't be all done in time. We know people can't afford it, and it just ain't going to happen. So why you can't realise that, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's so many videos out there with his whole statement at the moment. I'm not even going to bother going into it. Everybody has probably seen them by now. But the thing that concerns me, now he's rolling all this back a bit. Not that many years, but a few. It's still going to cause a lot of grief for people with older properties because they can't afford to do it. Some properties you can't even fit the heat pumps and the new radiators properly with that side of things. And as I've said before, with the amount of council houses, there's no chance of getting it all done. Not an absolute chance. But now he's brought the new law in, the energy bill. You going to extend that or do that away with it? Or even though you told people they got longer to do it, are the law going to listen and not prosecute, or are they still going to go kicking fucking doors in? Because we know how they misuse these powers, and once they've got them, doesn't matter what you say. That's been proved before, hasn't it? And again with the EVs, he's put back the banning on petrol and diesel cars to 2035. It's going to make no difference. You stood there and said that the sales of these things were going up. Well, from the figures I've seen, they've actually gone down slightly. But you say it gives people time to get themselves sorted, get an EV. No, a lot of people don't want them. The infrastructure isn't there. The infrastructure will never be there because we won't be able to produce enough power of our own to cover it all. I've said this before, I keep saying it, but it's only dickheads like Roland that don't hear it. But yeah, he's going to leave it so we can still buy and sell second-hand cars after 2035. But as we know, by then a petrol car will probably be defunct, not because it's not running or there's anything wrong with it. It will be because of the cost of fuel, road tax, pay per mile, speeding fines now in most places. You'll use a lot more fuel because you'll have to go everywhere at a set speed, and he thinks this is going to work. No, it ain't going to work. Nothing has changed whatsoever. But it was interesting with the bullshit he was coming out around it all. We will be honest and transparent. You're anything fucking but. Anything but. You promised that from the start. Don't promise it again because it's just another lie. You won't keep the promise. The only thing you said there that could be almost classed as genuine was you're changing how politics works in this country. Yes, you are. Very much so. You're changing it into a dictatorship run by tyrants and oppressors and the elite. And just to prove the point, he stood there and said, I quote, yes, there are people that will stand up and disagree with what I'm saying and what I'm trying to do. And then you turned round and said, they have an absolute right to that. Of course they do. Have you forgotten you just passed a fucking bill to arrest and imprison people that do what you just said they have an absolute right to do? This is the sort of dickhead we're dealing with, people. This is the twat that's running this country. Yeah, are you going to suspend that bill as well? Fucking unbelievable. Yeah. That's all he's doing, is giving people more time. And he keeps saying, we are the world leaders in this, we are world leaders in that. No, you're not. You're a fucking puppet. You're a WEF, WHO puppet. You are having your strings pulled by the higher elites than you, matey. So we ain't going to get anywhere until them strings are cut. Far from it. But then we move on to Wales. Another dictator there, Drakeford. Part of the UK, but doesn't want to be in the UK. He's getting so much backlash over this 20-mile-an-hour crap that he's put in over there. I mean, it's been exposed, the corruption around the surveys. There was pictures out yesterday and the day before of traffic jams and absolute mayhem. But I've actually been told now that there are some, and I don't know if this is genuine or not, but I've been told that there are some delivery companies now that are refusing to deliver to Wales. Good. That's one way to teach them a lesson, because they're saying that their journey can take up to 2 hours longer. I mean, fuck me, you could drive across Wales in 2 hours before, but to add 2 hours to your journey? No. It's ridiculous. I mean, Wales relies a lot on tourism, and this idiot seems to be doing everything in his power to drive that tourism away, as far as I'm concerned. Well, we probably won't go there anymore, not with their ridiculous taxes, prices, and now on this as well. And the fact that he's dropped 40-mile-an-hour roads down to 30, as well as 30 down to 20, you ain't going nowhere. But anyway, guys, I'll leave it there for today. I have got to go shopping with Mrs. W again later. She's gonna love that. And hopefully I'll see you all on the live tomorrow between 4 and 7ish, depending on circumstances, and if I can get the bloody tech running, or Mrs. W can. But until then, guys, as always, thank you for your support on this here little channel. Subs are slowly growing, not that I bother about that, but the viewings have gone up, which is nice. But again, I don't run on analytics. I run on the people that watch and the interaction between us. But until then, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay absolutely free. Respect, people.